What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bronx Tales with your host, Bronxy B, and me. I'm Logan. Thank you for being here. This one's going to be quick. So, today we want to bring something to your attention that I think most people either missed or they didn't put much thought into it. So, first, I want you to check out this clip from the recent Dateline episode.
And here, at 4:20 a.m., is suspect vehicle 1 as it burst back into the range of that security camera. At a high rate of speed, the car raced toward the intersection, turned right, and disappeared from view. This car left in such a hurry, he almost hit somebody.
Yeah, that's right.
The white car that they want us to believe is Bryan Kohberger speeding out of the parking lot almost hit someone. So listen, in order for Dateline to know that a speeding white car nearly hit someone means that person would have had to come forward and tell that to law enforcement. Well, that also means there's a witness to not only what kind of vehicle that was, but how many people were in that vehicle, and might even be able to say what that person looked like driving the vehicle. You know, had that person come forward and said, "Oh, that was a white Elantra," or "It was a single white male driver," we would have heard about this eyewitness and that vehicle over and over and over again because it would have fit their narrative. But we've never been told about this person that was almost hit by what they claim is the suspect's vehicle. In my opinion, we haven't heard of this witness because what the witness told them does not fit their narrative. I mean, this witness could have also said they didn't know what vehicle it was, but I know that if that was you or I and somebody nearly hit us speeding out of a parking lot, we would know what vehicle nearly hit us. And probably even what the person looked like driving, but at least if there was more than one person in the car, right? Now, the only way they wouldn't have been able to see what the person driving looked like is if the car windows were tinted. As we all know, Bryan Kohberger's car windows are not tinted. I have a sneaking suspicion that we weren't informed of this eyewitness because what they saw did not fit the narrative of it being Bryan Kohberger's vehicle. Let's take a look at this clip from Truth and Transparency showing us whose vehicle it very well likely could have been. And if you aren't following Truth and Transparency, please go follow her. She is excellent.
That would be at 3:19 in 7 seconds. We would go from 3:19 in 7 seconds to then we would know where they're at around 3:31 to 3:42. The reason this is significant is because the first supposedly suspect vehicle being seen on Indian Hills, trails, whatever, is at 3:26. And so there is enough time to actually be the vehicle to be seen over there, depending on, and I would love to see what it looks like. We have never seen it. But there is plenty of time for this vehicle to actually be that vehicle and still be able to make it pulling over the pedestrian that had the sign walking. The body cam shows that when they deal with the sign guy at Identity Apartments, that body cam is from 3:31 to 3:42 in 38 seconds. Then from 3:42 and 38 seconds, they would have time to do whatever they were doing. And Mark did a really good job of listening to the different cars and the sounds that they would make. So based off of the sound of that car, as well as when it first arrived before stopping the people at the Banfield, when a car comes back at 4:19, in 27 seconds. It has the identical sound and lights on the bottom. So here, when you fast forward at 4:19, we'll take it to right outside like 4. We'll go like right here. Okay. We'll start at 4:19, 24 seconds. Right there. See the car light up there? So we're going to back it up. Again, pay attention right down here on Taylor. It's going to come across at 4:19 and 27 seconds. We were able to work it out that right there. Hear that little sound right there at the end? Like, you can hear it. Put in your earbuds. I'll mute myself. Okay. Again, 4:19, 27 seconds. Now this is where it's that vehicle. This is your very important part here. That vehicle right there, as Dateline would have known all of this. That vehicle has enough time to get where we see it here to be able to go up, around, and actually be the speeding car that would then be seen speeding away at a fast rate of, at 4:20 and 47 seconds. From this point forward, that vehicle isn't seen like traveling to head back east on Taylor. So this vehicle right here that just crossed over at 4:19 and 27 seconds has the same car shape, lights, sound that mirrored the 3:17 or the 3:19 and 7-second car leaving right after Banfield. And we believe that that's the undercover cop car. And that has enough time to get up into that area, do a circle around, and speed off.
So you see, that vehicle very well likely could have been the undercover cop's tinted white vehicle that is always in that area at night. Even the timing of the undercover's path of travel fits with this being law enforcement's car. Needless to say, there is absolutely a witness to that vehicle speeding out of that parking lot. But again, we haven't heard of there being a witness because it doesn't fit their narrative. I mean, really, could you imagine how often we would hear about this being Bryan Kohberger we already hear that they think it's Bryan Kohberger because of it's a white vehicle. But could you imagine if a witness came forward and said there was a single male driving the vehicle, or it was a white Elantra? Well, we definitely have a witness to that vehicle because they were almost hit by it. So I believe they saw what vehicle that was and possibly even saw what type of person was driving. And if they didn't, it was possibly because the windows were tinted and they couldn't see it. But there is a witness to that vehicle. I just think it's not fitting their narrative, and that's why nobody has heard about it. Unbelievable, right? So that is our observation for today. We have a witness to what vehicle was coming out of that parking lot. We just haven't heard about it from mainstream media. I wonder why that is. Anyways, thank you guys for being here on Bronx Tales with your host, Bronxy B, and me. I'm Logan. Bye, guys.